Yeah, I've lived in Swinton from, a baby really, so, I mean, my friends are still here. I've got friends that, I've known from 1 year old,
Originally I'm from Yorkshire. I've always, up until I was at university age, I lived in Harrogate. And then I came to Salford University, discovered Swinton Palais, and now here I am, still at Swinton Palais.
Well, the upstairs had been a place called Champagne Charlie's, which was quite a while ago. Then it had been a gym, and then the downstairs had been the wishing well, and then I think it was Oliver's perhaps after the wishing well. That was another nightclub, and then I got it after Oliver's.
We're currently in the Grand Palais downstairs, which was originally the Plaza Picture House, and the building was built in 1912. I haven't been involved quite as long as Steve, but after he'd been running it for about 10 years, I turned up and joined in.
What I think it is, though, is there are people that have been coming a long time, a very long time, like Jeff and Eileen, Gordon and Rita, Ruth. There was a lad who's just died not long ago called Malcolm, and his wife Janet, so there's been people like that have been coming many, many years. I think Jeff and Eileen were one of the first 4 couples that I had, and they're still coming.
At the moment, we've arrived at 91 years age. Our age is 91. We've been married for 66 years. We first met when we were about 18, and we used to go to Urmston Baths dancing, when they used to cover the water with a dance floor, and we used to dance there every Saturday night.
Good that you're giving people pleasure. There's so many things in life that people are fed up with, and they've got so much to put up with, and they've got so many things that they can't change that they would like to.
So Dancing with Dementia started as a result of Leslie and her husband Walter used to come and learn in one of Steve's classes quite a few years ago now. So they've always had a link with the Palais for quite some number of years.
Dancing with Dementia was created when my sister was diagnosed with vascular dementia, and we didn't have anywhere to go. It was all hospital and dental and x-ray appointments, and I'm thinking, should be more to life than this.
And the thing is, you see, we always talk about with dancing, that when you learn steps, you get them in your muscular memory. And this muscular memory, people don't lose. So people with dementia still have these steps in the mind, and they're still able to do the dances.
The Grand Palais on Station Road had just been refurbished at this point, so here we had this fabulous ballroom in the middle of Swinton, and it was just what we needed, really, because we had this great ambience within the ballroom.
I started on the upstairs, which was the original Palais, and even that I had to put a new floor in. So the first job was sort the floor out.
It's a massive, massive building. It's a bit like the Forth Bridge.
Right, so the future of the place really is a bit uncertain, because I'm getting on now, and you just think, how long will I be able to keep working on the place and keep it going? And that's a little bit of a worry,
The dynamics of the group are constantly changing because people come along, early diagnosis, they're functioning well at a certain level, and we see the decline, and then suddenly they don't come anymore and they've gone into full-time care, and then they're no longer with us.
I've had quite a few friends recently that have died, And it just makes you think that now that I should really be having some life rather than just working all the time.
But I think Jean's diagnosis really shook me up, because you just never know when life's going to come and crack you around the head and you're not going to like it. So I thought, you've got to make things happen. So Dancing with Dementia enabled me to focus that grief and take it forward. As long as you make the best choices with what you have, then, you know, you've just got to, fingers crossed that you're not the one.
You know, what's going to happen in the future? Because if I stop doing the work on the place and we start employing people to do these jobs, then it'll outweigh the income that we're taking on the door. So it just doesn't make it viable. Plus, I'll be getting too old to keep doing the work.
It truly is amazing what goes on in that room and how much love there is in that room.
I don't know, I'd really have to think about this. If I think a responsibility, I'd like to keep it open. That's the way I feel about it, and this is what we've tried to do. I'd like to keep it open, but I've got to have a life.
Sometimes when you see people at the events, and it's more so the carers, you see their expression on their faces, and you know that expression from when you've looked in the mirror, and you know what they're feeling. So yeah, it can be pretty tough when you see these people. Dementia has no qualm about invading your body, whichever walk of life you're from.
Well, I think what catches anybody with dancing is you get out of this dull, dismal world that we're all in, and it's so depressing for everybody with all the nonsense that goes on. And dancing gives you a bit of razzmatazz, and it gives you a bit of excitement, and people get dressed up and they get out. You know, you actually, you feel like, I don't know, is the word important, or, you know, you're living a bit sort of up class from, you know, where you come from really, and you manage to, I don't know how to explain it really. It's just a different world, and it just gets you out of the normal humdrum life.